Alright, Anime X Fitness here, bringing to you chapter 1004 of One Piece called Millet Dumplings. Now, before we get into the chapter, I want to bring up the topic that I knew that Oda wasn't going to show Kaido's hybrid form. I had a feeling that he's just going to tease it for as long as possible. We probably won't even get Kaido's hybrid form next chapter. We're probably going to keep on in Onigashima, seeing what everybody's doing and what the Straw Hats are up to and everything else in the what we find out in the chapter. So let's get to the cover request. We have Chopper sharing Rumble Balls with everybody else, with who's there. But that brings up the topic of can other like animals eat Rumble Balls? What if another Zoan eats Rumble Balls and what happens? Would it like do maybe a Force Awakening? Is Chopper's like huge form a Forced Awakening? And is that why Sengoku's so big when he like turns into the Golden Buddha, or is that just his normal form, or is that like the awakened form of his fruit? That's a different topic, a different tangent. So let's get into the chapter. We see what what Speed's up to, and we find out how O-tama got into the ship to get to the island where everybody is in Onigashima. But we see Speed doing her spying thing and lying and doing everything possible, lying to the gifters. I don't know if the pleasures get the same effect because of the smile. But lying, saying, oh yeah, you'll recover, you'll get stronger, you'll get faster, anything, just eat these dumplings. And it's converting everybody into O-tama's side and everything. It's converting everybody like a little army for O-tama. So it converted everybody in the ship. And it's really creepy how it works, because like how much of the person is still there? They're weirdly loyal to O-tama. Or is their will still there? If they arm them in hockey, their whole body would still take effect. It's a really weird fruit, and it feels very, very strong. Initially it was supposed to just work on animals, but now it works on well, we'll have to see if it works on Zoans. Maybe because of how smiles are made and the essence of a smile fruit, it works differently and it takes control of them. We'll have to see when somebody eventually, maybe Sasaki or Ulti or Page 1 eats one of the dumplings, and we'll ultimately see what happens. Maybe people that are weaker or willpower has been destroyed, maybe it would affect them. But somebody like Kaido, whose willpower is fully intact, it wouldn't affect them. Might be something like that. Anyway, we have everybody eating the dumplings, everybody on the ship, like a virus, slowly converting everybody in the ship, and then it's going to go to the mainland, converting everybody in Onigashima. Well, not everybody. We'll see how many people it can convert, and slowly turn to the Straw Hat side. We see that it takes O-tama a lot of stamina and energy to actually be creating all the dumplings, but she's doing her best and she's giving it her all to give as many dumplings as possible so they can overturn all the enemy forces. And you see Gazelle Man, Daifugu? Yeah, Daifugu, and there's a bunch of confusion because they're like, oh, that's an enemy, fight him. He's like, no, don't fight me. Don't worry about me. I'm just converting everybody to O-tama's side forcefully. Gazelle Man is just passing it around. Everybody's converting. And then it later affects somebody else's fight, which we get to right here in the chapter. We get to see General Frankie. Finally, we get to see more of General Frankie, what I want to see. He's throwing off bullets, all the ammunition he's got, and Sasaki's just tanking through all of it, no problem. I would imagine so, right? He's able to tank all the regular bullets, ammunition, all that jazz. No big deal. But Frankie can actually match his strength, at least in his Zoan form. He's able to match his strength and toss him around like it's no big deal, at least no problem. But some people pleasures, even from the armored division, get to jump on Frankie. And obviously, since they're the armored division and they're under Sasaki, they're going to be a little stronger than the average fodder. But even like 8 of these people are able to hold Frankie down, so it shows that these people are not to be messed with, and the samurai have a lot of work to do to take down the rest of Kaido's forces, even without O-tama jumping in and butting in and converting all of them. They're still they're pretty strong. I would imagine they're almost on the same tier as the samurai, but luckily they have a lot of stronger people. So Nami and Usopp pass by, and great acting skills on Nami and Usopp's part, where they stick their tongue out later, but they act like they're in big trouble. They technically are, because Page One and Ulti are chasing right behind them, but they were able to trick Sasaki initially for a moment, but he's able to plow right through all of them, no big deal. Sasaki is very confused as what's happening, what's gotten into all these people, why are they betraying us, why are they fighting against me? But Ulti jumps to the conclusion quickly that somebody on their side has the ability to convert at least animals or gifters into the enemy, or the enemy of the enemy. So they go on the Straw Hat side. But anyway, Sasaki was able to plow right through all of the people. Even Frankie got sent to the side. I don't know. He wasn't expecting the attack, I guess. But Ulti quickly jumps and gets the opportunity to try and attack Nami. And I'm so excited to see some more of Nami and the Usopp fight versus Page One and Ulti, so they can actually fend off and show that they can take down someone of the caliber of a Tobiropo. And you can see Nami does damage. She does this lightning attack that does pretty good damage versus Ulti. But sadly, she was nerfed ever since she lost Zeus. I wonder how much Zeus's damage would have been right here. And O-tama's built up quite a bit of her own army, pretty much, of all the gifters. And Ulti gets knocked down to the ground. And this attack looked like it hurt. She is yelling that she's gonna kill Nami. She's gonna do her damn best to go chase Nami. And people speculated, Usopp is just firing dumplings at anybody possible to convert as many people to O-tama's side. And it's really weird. Their will just quickly shifts at a snap to just attack whoever O-tama says. How far are they willing to go under O-tama's orders after they've eaten the dumpling? It's a really creepy power. If I do, it's really creepy. It's like they lost their own self. But yeah, Frankie pulls out a freaking sword. I don't remember Frankie having a sword. I don't remember in Fishman Island him using a sword. But we get to see so little of Frankie that this is so awesome that he also gets to cut. I don't know if he gets to stab, but he gets the blood out from Sasaki, and we cut off from that fight and we cut to a different part of Onigashima. I hope we go back to that fight. I think it's going to be a 3x3 side battle with Usopp, Nami, and Frankie fighting Page One, Ulti, and Sasaki. We see what Sanji's doing, and he was able to beat up, no problem. I feel like he would have no problem versus Black Maria. He was able to beat up all the males there, no big deal. And I'm assuming some people are very torn on this about Sanji, where they want him to grow past this part, but he refuses to hit women. And I understand, that's his character. I don't think Oda's ever going to change this about him. It's always going to be one of his hindrances. Unless maybe somebody's on the brink of death, or he needs to save somebody and he has to absolutely hit a woman on the enemy side. He might, but I don't think Oda would ever change that aspect of him. What's interesting is she wants him to call for Nico Robin. And if he does, and they get Nico, or Robin, they'll let him go for free. But I wonder how much of this was Kaido's plan. Was he ever expecting to get his hands on Robin? When did he convey this message to Black Maria? Was he always expecting this part, or was he assuming that Robin has to be somewhere in Wano and to capture her? But I'm guessing he doesn't have anybody of the Three-Eyed Clan or anybody in the Three-Eyed Clan that can read the poneglyphs. Or he hasn't even been able to read his own poneglyph, because Black Maria mentions that they need Robin for years. How long? Why would they need her for so long? But before any more gets revealed, we have not the Three-Eyed Clan. We have the person with the paper in the eye in who's crew message out to everybody that they found where the samurais are. So everybody with that eye is connected, it seems. Which would be really weird, because there's somebody in age 0 with that paper. Are they like an internal spy? That'd be pretty interesting. What a theory. Anyway, they found where the samurai are. King looks clean. King looks fresh. No injuries. Fighting Marco, no big deal. I feel like Marco's strong, but he might be able to fight King one-on-one, but not Queen and King at the same time. But he's saying his hands are busy. He actually can't leave the fight right now. He needs somebody to go finish them off. And Black Maria's like, yeah, no big deal. I'll go take care of them. Fodder. Right? But, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Sanji's like, don't underestimate my crewmate. Do not underestimate Nico Robin. So maybe this is hinting towards Black Maria and Nico Robin fighting or interjecting while she goes to the second floor to go fight the samurai, and then Brooke and Robin are going to meet her halfway before they actually get to the samurai. That's what I would maybe assume to happen next chapter. And they fight. Robin takes care of fighting Black Maria. Anyway, somebody is helping the samurai here. And that strand of hair, honestly, I'm assuming other people are going to say this, and it reminds me of Hiyori. Hiyori or Toki. Now, it'd be a huge twist if it was Toki. Because everybody probably would assume it's Hiyori, right? But what if it's Toki? Right here. And she's crying. It would be interesting, but more than likely, since O-tama's there, it's probably Hiyori there, crying because she's seeing everybody giving everything they can to fight Kaido, and they've been utterly defeated. And that's the end of the chapter. We get a break for next week, sadly. But predictions for next chapter. Let's see. We might have more of the Straw Hats fighting. We might have that 3v3 I'm talking about with the Usopp, Nami, and Frankie fighting the Tobirobo. And Oda can go either way. I feel like we're not going to see Kaido's hybrid form even next chapter when we get it. And then Oda can go either way with this. We might not see Kaido's hybrid form this whole act, and it closes on Act 3 with the defeat of the supernova. And it might be some tournament of tournament of power thing where they'll be knocked out for 50 minutes, and like Luffy will crash through a roof, he's knocked out, and it'll just close on that, and they'll land in front of Nami and Usopp or something, and they'll freak out like, what happened on the rooftop? And all the supernova get defeated. And then, 50 minutes later, since there's still a crisis of the island falling on Wano, they have to wake up in 50 minutes. If we're following the 5-act Kabuki play, right? If not, we go right back to the rooftop, and we get a glimpse of Kaido's hybrid form in maybe 2 chapters. And they continue fighting, and they have to Luffy has to avoid Kaido for at least those 10 minutes until he gets his haki back. And that's it. That's my review for chapter 1004. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave me a like and a comment. And I'll see you guys later. Nailed it. Okay.